OpenMind is an online community intended to provide Scribe partners and customers with an opportunity to have a direct influence on the Scribe product roadmap. Users of the OpenMind community can record product suggestions or ideas for additional features, improvements to the products, or expansion of the product line. They can view the ideas that have been recorded by other users of the Scribe OpenMind community, and they can engage in an online discussion with other partners and users, as well as with Scribe product management about those ideas. In OpenMind, users can vote for those features that they would find most valuable, and they can receive feedback and notification as those ideas are incorporated into the roadmap and eventually into the Scribe products themselves. An idea is any suggestion for an improvement to the Scribe product line. An enterprise is basically the company that you work for. All users in the Scribe community are associated to an enterprise. For example, if you're a consultant, then your enterprise will likely be the consulting firm for which you work. Enterprises come into play in dealing with allocations. An allocation is an authorization to vote. For example, if you have an allocation for 10 units, that would entitle you to vote up to 10 times. There are two types of allocations. There are user allocations and enterprise allocations. A user allocation is tied to a specific named user in the system and entitles only that specific user to vote, whereas an enterprise allocation is associated to an enterprise in the system, and any user belonging to that enterprise is authorized to use those allocations to vote. A release is basically a version of the product. For example, at the time of this webcast, Scribe Insight is currently at release 6.2.2, and in a couple weeks' time, we'll be releasing release 6.3. Let me walk around a couple key features of this screen. First of all, in the top right-hand corner, I have the ability to create new ideas by clicking on the Create Idea button. This section in the sidebar here shows me information about my allocations. In this case, I have no user allocations, but I do have 7 enterprise allocations, which entitles me or any other user belonging to my enterprise to vote up to 7 times. A little further down the sidebar is the announcement sections, which is where Scribe will post information about upcoming releases or information, for example, about scheduled downtime for the online community. A little further down is an icon for an RSS feed. You can copy this URL from the RSS feed and paste it into any RSS reader. Doing so will allow you to be notified proactively as new ideas are recorded in the system. Along the left-hand side, there are multiple different tabs that allow me to see different views of the ideas that exist in the system. For example, the newest ideas first, ideas that I have logged, ideas that have unread comments or that I have voted on or are most popular. A little further up on the page is a search box, which allows me to restrict the ideas I'm viewing by product, by release, by author, by title. Let me drill down into a specific idea to see some of the information available. In this page, I can see a full description of the idea. I can see further details about the idea, including the number of times it's been viewed, as well as the number of people who are watching it. I can get detail on who has voted for the idea. And I can see comments that users have posted as part of an online discussion about this idea. In the top right-hand corner, I can see various actions I can perform for this idea. I can vote for this idea. I can add a comment on this idea to participate in an online discussion about it. I can put a watch on this idea. Watching serves two purposes. First of all, back in the list page, I can restrict my view to only those ideas that I'm watching, which allows me to pay particular attention to a subset of the ideas that have been logged in the system. Additionally, if I'm watching an idea and that idea is modified or a comment is added associated to that idea, I'll be notified of that event via email. Returning back to the list page, you can see that all those same actions are available to me in the list page as well. Let me point out one additional feature of the OpenMind community. I've just selected the Update Profile page, which allows me to change personal information, such as my name, my time zone, the rows to display. I wanted to highlight the Hide Contact Information. If you choose to hide your contact information, other users of the OpenMind community will never see your contact information, including your email address, and you will be identified by your first name and the first letter of your last name. By default, your contact information is hidden. I appreciate the time you've taken to learn about the OpenMind community. If you are interested in participating in the OpenMind community, then send an email to openmind@scribesoftware.com. You can use that email address as well if you have feedback or suggestions for the community. Thank you very much for your time.